Hey, a wonderful day to all. We will be explaining to you the Global South country. And the country we choose together with my group mates is the country of China. On this video, expect to learn from us the demography, politics, economy, and socio-cultural of China. I'm Jason Jacob and I will be explaining to you the demography and politics in China. So without further ado, let's begin.
Ruling Communist Party implemented a series of policies intended to slow the growth of the world's most populous nation, including limiting the number of children. Couples could have to one. The long-term effects of those policies mean the country will soon enter an era of negative growth, or a contraction in the size of the total population. Yet the truth is that China's one-child policy has backfired, and now China's spectacular economic growth during the last 40 years may be doomed by an impending demographic crisis. Welcome to this episode of Yuan Report. Recent statistics published by the Chinese government showed a significant decline in the birth rate and an increase in life expectancy, meaning there will soon be too few workers able to support an enormous and aging population. The government has recognized the worrisome demographic trend and in 2013 began easing enforcement of the one-child policy, a trend that is likely to increase pressure on Beijing to ease remaining birth restrictions. It was the fourth straight year of declining births after a rise in 2016, the first year after China ended the three-decade-old one-child policy, the fertility rate required to maintain population. China has released data from its 2020 national census and it shows the slowest population growth for decades. There are now 1.41 billion people in China according to the latest official data. That's a 5.3 increase on the last time a census was held back in 2010, due in part to falling birth rates and a sharp drop in the number of working-age people. There were around 12 million births in 2020, the lowest numbers since 1961. And the average size of a family is now 2.62 people. Now that is down from 3.1 people 10 years ago. How does China's political system work? China has a unique multi-party cooperation system. It differs both from the pluralist party systems common in the West and one-party systems in use elsewhere. What does this mean in the practice? The Communist Party of China, or CPC, acts as the ruling party but cooperates with 8 other groups to discuss and manage state affairs. The 8 parties are the Revolutionary Committee of the Chinese Kuomintang, China Democratic League, China Democratic National Construction Association, China Association for Promoting Democracy, Chinese Peasants and Workers Democratic Party, China Gorgon Party, Jews on Society, and Taiwan Democratic Self-Government League. The Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, or CPPCC, facilitates multi-party cooperation and political consultation under the leadership of the CPC and is an important instrument of democracy. The system encourages parties, organizations, and representatives from across Chinese society to discuss basic policy as well as consult on important political, economic, cultural, and social issues. Every year, during the 2 sessions, the CPPCC receives thousands of policy proposals from members. This year, among the 5,769 suggestions, 4,279 were put on record and 42 marked as key proposals. This, along with people's congresses, regional ethnic autonomy, and self-governance at the village level, constitutes the fundamental framework of China's political system and is the embodiment of the nation's socialist democracy.
Ni hao, I'm Janice Kyla Lucas, and now I'm gonna show you the different cultures and different places of the China. Let's go! Lantern. This lantern made of thin, brightly colored paper. It symbolizes letting go of their past selves and getting new ones. You can see a lantern at different places in China. Lanterns symbolize letting go. Let's go to the next one. This coming January 2023 Chinese New Year, full of lanterns, fireworks, and noises. We celebrated it for new beginnings and for new good luck. Celebrated with happiness and also have tradition to dance with the dragon. About 1.4 billion people live in China, according to World Bank, representing 56 ethnic minority groups. There are 7 major groups of dialects of the Chinese language, which is have their own business. While China has increasingly adopted Western influences, the traditional family structure is still highly valued and holds a prominent position. Currently, there are only 5 official religions. Any religion other than Buddhism, Taoism, Islam, Catholicism, and Protestantism. People eat dumplings to express their relationship between them and God to the Spring Festival in China.
In 2019, China's GDP reached $14.4 trillion, an increase of 6.1% over the previous year, ranking second in the world. For decades, China's economic volume and rapid development have attracted the attention of the world. So how does the Chinese economy get to where it is today? Is China a rich or poor country? The World Bank Group lists China as the second richest country in the world as of 2021, possessing a GDP of $7,734 trillion, along with a GDP per capita of $12,556.3. China makes up 18.45% of the total global economy. The top 2 richest countries in the world combined harbor 42.38% of the world's economy. What are China's economic strengths? Since 1980, China has experienced an economic miracle with over 3 decades of economic growth, averaging over 10% a year. This growth has enabled millions of people to be lifted out of absolute poverty and for China to become one of the most dominant economies in the world. So why is China's economy growing so fast? Although capital accumulation, the growth in the country's stock of capital assets, such as new factories, manufacturing machinery, and communication systems, was important, as well as the number of Chinese workers. A sharp, sustained increase in productivity, or that is increased worker efficiency, was a driving force.